Hey everybody, this is Chris from Sorcerer. You're watching CMS TV. Metal.
I know. Well, you want to continue your hate?
Yes, please.
Or this might soothe some hate.
All right, pick up the ball and run, Mr. Aiken.
All right, this might soothe some hate. So you remember a couple of weeks ago, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever, we were talking about Journey suing Journey?
Yes.
Well, and remember how we talked about how Neil was the manager of the band?
Yes.
Well, they have hired a new manager.
Okay, his name is Herbie Herbert Jr.
No, he's dead. Herbie's dead.
Junior.
Oh, Junior?
Like the son, you know what I mean? Like he's
Harry Herbert.
Yeah.
No, they actually got a legit guy.
Okay.
They got Def Leppard's guy.
It's a neutral party.
Yes. They got Mike Kobayashi, who is the man who oversees Def Leppard.
You know, you can't trust these.
Oh my God. Well, it's nice seeing you, YouTube.
Now, this one you can censor because this is going to be released to the general public.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the word is out of control.
Yeah. Well, there is that Asian hate thing.
Yeah. Hate speech.
Yep.
All right. So go ahead.
Anyway, the band, which was previously managed by Neil Sean and Jonathan Cain, has officially recruited Mike Kobayashi, who also oversees fellow iconic rockers Def Leppard.
Okay. And you can catch him at the local Hibachi grill making your onion
onion volcano.
Volcano.
Yeah, and they have the little guy that pees the oil that lights on fire or whatever.
Yes.
The hibachi might be the dumbest form of restaurant, but it's still fun.
And it's good.
It is good.
Oh, it's delicious.
It's delicious, but it is the dumbest. Are you guy that participates, or are you guy that's like, leave me the fuck alone?
No, I'm a guy, leave me the fuck alone. Just give me my food. But I'm gonna tell you, dude, that and again, I've been to several of them, whether it's Benihana or the one that's down in Cuyahoga Falls.
Yeah.
There's one, Hibachi Grill, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And the one on the Kiss cruise, Dawn took us all out to dinner.
Sure.
I'm telling you, there's just something about that goddamn Hibachi Grill shit that is just delicious.
It's great.
I have never had a bad one.
Me either.
It's just absolutely phenomenal. The chicken and the beef and the fry. And
you know what I don't like though? I don't even mind playing the game a little bit with some of the stuff.
Yes.
But I don't like them throwing the food at me.
I haven't had that.
I do not like that. They flip it, and you know me with the long hair, it gets all in my hair.
No,
and I'm
I've never had that happen. All I've known is they flip the shrimp tails into their hat or some shit like that. But I've never had them flip food at me.
Oh no, there's the place that my kids love that place, so we go there every so often. And, you know, it's a great steakhouse, the Hibachi Steakhouse, over in Aurora, and we go over there kind of often. You know, probably three times a year.
Okay.
I mean, we go fairly regularly.
All right.
And they do the fucking food flip.
Okay.
And I finally, this last time, the guy he's like, you know, holding it up like he's going to flip it. And I was like, no. And he kept doing it. And then finally I was like, don't flip the fucking food at me. And then it just moved on because I dropped an F-bomb. And meanwhile, there's like 8 other people at the table.
Did you get canceled at that point?
No, I didn't.
No canceling for you?
Not at $40 a plate or whatever it is. They wanted their money. They didn't want to throw away a half-cooked meal.
Well, again, as silly as you say it is, that food is goddamn delicious.
It's wonderful.
It is.
It's definitely, and you're right. Everywhere that you go with that stuff, it's good. I've never been to a bad one.
I haven't either.
The best one I think I've been to. Look at now, I'm fat guy talking about food. How ironic. But the best one, and I don't know if it still is. I haven't been there in probably 6 years, but Benihana's in Beechwood.
Yeah, well, Don and I and some other people, we went out to the Benihana's out in West Chicago.
Okay.
And then, of course, I went to the one on the Kiss cruise, and I've been to several others over the years and stuff. Sure. It's like I've been to numerous, hibachi style grill type things, and every one of them has been fantastic.
Yeah. See, now I want to eat something.
I know.
Fucking A, I got another hour and a half to go before I can eat.
Just chopping up that beef and that chicken and those shrimps and putting it in and putting it on your plate. It's like, man, that is good.
It is good. And then you start eating it and it's like gone and like too quick because you had to sit there for 30 minutes being hungrier and hungrier watching them cook it.
Like, could you make up a whole nother plate?
Yeah, it's like, all right, now that you got the appetizer done, let's get the real food going.
Yeah. But
it looks like so much when they're bringing it out, they bring it out and they're like, don't, putting out like 18 plates of the shit. And then when you actually get it, it's like a little plate of food. You're like, fuck, what is this?
Yeah. But they're out there cracking eggs on the grill and putting it to the side and getting the rice out there and mixing it all in and chop with their little flippy, their little spatulas and whipping it all around. And
yeah. All the while managing Def Leppard. It's amazing.
It's like, give me some of that, goddammit. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Enough with the fucking flipping it around. And
stop flipping those shrimp tails into your hat.
Yeah.
Throw some on the plate here and get it over here.
Yeah. Enough with the big flames and the fucking volcanoes and all that shit. Just give me some food, fucko.
Right. All right, as you were saying, they're being managed by the Def Leppard management.
So here's my question. I mean, the rest of this I can read, but it's all the same shit we talked about before about the lawsuit and blah, blah, blah. The question I have, did they agree to this? Did some lawyer make them do this?
I'm going to say it went to arbitration.
And they universally agreed to go with somebody they know, Def Leppard?
Well, I'm going to say, they toured with them, obviously.
Several times, which is probably how they know this guy.
Right. So to be, this manager is a neutral party. It's not leaned in Neil's favor, and it's not, obviously Jonathan's favor or whatever. He's a neutral guy. He's an outside guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an arbitrator is what he is. So if these two have input, he has to sit there and kind of decipher, well, Neil says he wants this or he agrees to that. And Jonathan says he has this grievance or that grievance. And this guy has to, kind of do a balancing act between the two. He can't be partial to either war. He's got to do what's best for his client.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's. Would you want to walk into that job?
No. But knowing what I've learned about Neil, not so much about Jonathan Cain, but more about Neil.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a tough cookie right there. It's just like, boy, here's a guy who probably has some pretty high demands or wants or desires or whatever.
Yeah. And he's a big rock star, so he's got big rock star balls.
Sure. So
yeah, I wouldn't take that job for anybody, any amount of percentage. No thanks. But dude, it's funny, the first comment on the Blabbermouth story, tomorrow's headline: Journey files lawsuit against new manager.
Yeah, of course.
Then the next day's headline: Neil Sean sues Def Leppard. It's pretty funny.
It is funny.
What a dude. They're a happy band. Why is this happening to a happy band?
Well, desperate people do desperate things. That's really what it boils down to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point in the game, you should just be fat and happy.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not the case.
No. So, I mean, does Jonathan end up quitting the band?
Well, he's got he joined the band in 81 or 82?
81, whenever Captured came out, because he wrote Hopelessly in Love, I believe.
Right. So let's just say 81.
Okay.
So it's been 41 years, right?
Yeah.
So is he going to walk away from a 41-year investment?
He might walk away from performing with that guy.
Yeah.
And still take his percentage.
Yeah.
He might take his, he's a 50% owner. He might take 50% of the money and not perform.
Well, maybe. It's going to be like a Bun E. Carlos situation. Cheap Trick. He's not in the band. He doesn't tour. He doesn't perform, but he still has his percentage of ownership.
Sure. And then the other thing I was thinking about is this clears up a couple of thoughts. Do you remember, I don't know, 4 years ago when they were fighting the first time, when Jonathan and Neil were fighting the first time?
Over Jonathan's religious
wife. Yeah. And Trump and all that other shit. Remember, Neil went out with a bunch of old Journey guys and toured his Journey Through Time.
Yeah. They were doing the old stuff. They had Greg Raleigh, and they had who else was performing with them?
Dean Castronova was in that band.
Right.
He was
and Dean, aside from his involvement in Journey and
Revolution
Saints and Bad English.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been involved with Neil for 4 decades.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Jonathan was to quit and try to hold him accountable for the money if he just doesn't tour his Journey Through Time.
Well, from a fan perspective, like you and I, and we know a little. You let me in on a little the inside baseball.
Yeah.
It's really tough to accept or even believe that they're at this point at being 50 plus years in on this career and having these issues.
I know, it's amazing to me. This is a band that should not have, the only issue that they should have is that the pillows weren't soft enough in the presidential suite.
Right.
That is the only issue Journey should be having. I mean, they have been successful at the highest level of success, arguably longer than anybody, where they've maintained that high level. I mean, they're at the same level. They're just under the true legends, don't you think? They're not quite Rolling Stones, but they're that next level, don't you think?
Well, they're right up there with Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, another one. It's embarrassing what they've done to themselves. But,
I agree with that.
But, and I mean, there's probably a lot of people that are embarrassed with what Journey's done with, one original guy and, bunch of fill-ins from all over the world. And
so it's just like what Pantera is doing now. It's
it's
Pantera music. Now it's just it's Journey music.
Well, I agree with that.
It's Foreigner music.
Agree. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And I'm good with paying money to see it, but these guys, especially Neil Sean and Jonathan Cain, the last thing these guys should be doing is going to court over fucking credit card spending.
I would agree.
I mean, that's just insanity.
Yeah, it's picking at the bones, I guess.
They really are picking at the bones. Oh my God.
Hail and kill caller, you're on the air.
But how do you know that what Jonathan Cain is saying is true? Or,
What specifically what point are you asking about? How do we know if it's true?
Well, I mean, just as a general thing, you know, we don't know if what Jonathan Cain is saying is true, that Neil Sean has supposedly spent all this money.
Well, let's just put, I'm going to just tell you this, Tim, and I'm not going to get into specifics. There's somebody on this conversation that has inside information from somebody who's close to the Journey camp, who kind of like knows what's really going on, and we know what's really happening, not what's out in blabbermouth news.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
and it's a rare moment that a fat guy tap dances like I am right now.
Well, mate, I reckon you tap dance better than I would, because I'd just fucking fall over if I started tap dancing.
Tim, it's just not a happy tune like Tim James music.
Well, you know, that's a whole other subject. But Tim James music's going well, and I'm getting lots of gigs that are paying me very well at the moment. So life is good, and the records coming.
Who are they? They who?
Well, some booking agents.
You played a gig last night, right, Tim?
I played two shows yesterday. I sang for 7 hours yesterday.
Wow. Howd that go?
Yeah, 2 shows. Really, really good. Yeah. They paid me lots of money. I earned $660 yesterday, so I'm pretty happy.
Shit. I almost make that in an hour.
Yeah. Well, you are smarter and richer than me, Neeley.
This wasn't Johnny and the Rump Riders, was it?
No, Johnny and the Easy Riders doesn't exist anymore.
Oh no!
Oh, God damn it!
What happened? We were waiting for the tour.
Enough with the sarcasm. Yes, I play in a cover band.
So fucking what?
So fucking what? And I just was gonna. I mean, obviously, you guys know more than I do. But
really?
I was just gonna say
Tim, has there ever been a point where we didn't know more than you did at any point?
I think there'd be a few things that I might know more than you.
Okay.
I was just going to say you can't trust these rich Christians.
Really?
You know.
Well, you go to church.
Yeah,
Are you not a rich Christian?
I do go to church, and I do love God, but there's, you know, when they keep saying put your hand in your pocket, I'm a bit wary of that.
Well, I pull the lint out and I go, look, I've got lint in my pocket.
It's for sale on EddieTrunk.com.
And then I give it to Eddie Trunk.
Yeah, and just on that Metallica thing that you guys were talking about.
Yes.
The crypt, I mean, anybody that really, that crypto stuff was just a money-making scam. Everybody should just put their money under their mattress and be done with it.
You hear that, Chris? You hear that, Chris? Tim says you should just put your money under your mattress.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right. You know, I could still have like $1,150 instead of $23,000. Good point, Tim.
Are you willing to spend that on a Metallica ticket?
No.
No?
I'm not. I was barely willing to spend the $90 or the $125 I did spend.
But it's Pantera, man.
Yeah. I'm a concert buying daddy these days. I bought those tickets. Got Queensryche tickets for next April.
Oh, you're going to Queensryche?
I am.
Wow, look at you.
Queensryche and Marty Freeman in Pittsburgh.
Nice. Really?
Yep.
Is it at AEG?
It is at someplace I never heard of before. I've driven past it, but I don't know it. It's the Rexon Theater, I think it was called, in McKees Rocks. which is right over by the pinball place.
I'm well aware of McKee's Rocks. I used to, as a wee lad, as a very wee lad, 5 or 6 years old, my parents used to take us to McKee's Rocks or McKee's Port area.
Okay.
And we would go swimming over there at the lake.
Okay. Yeah. I know nothing about McKee's Rocks other than I've driven past it. I've driven past this theater a few times. I've never been there, but yeah. But yeah, John and Brian that do the Talking Into Infinity podcast hit me up and were like, "You want to go?" I was like, "Fuck yeah."
So you're cheap. So you're going to go to the Pittsburgh area to go see Queensryche and Dave Ellefson?
Not Ellefson. Friedman.
Friedman.
Marty Friedman.
Oh, Marty Friedman of Metallica.
Queensryche, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Now I thought he was in Japan, right?
He is. He's making a rare tour.
And what does he do for his music? I mean, what is his?
He puts out albums. I don't really listen to him.
Does he have like a band or a vocalist, or is he just a guitarist? Does he do like solo stuff, or what does he do?
The last one, I think, unless there's been one since, the one I know was all instrumental, but he has a killer band. I've talked to a bunch of people that have seen Marty and say that the band is ridiculously good. So, and he plays some Megadeth stuff, and you know.
Well, what I'm asking is, does he have like a vocalist?
I don't think so.
So he just plays like his solo stuff, but then he plays like Megadeth stuff.
Yeah, acoustic or not acoustic, but non-vocaled Megadeth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes before Queensryche comes on. I can deal.
All right, fair enough.
I'm sure it'll be good. Queensryche will be good.
I'm surprised you're going to travel, an hour and a half away from home to go do that.
Well, now I could stop in at my own place by April and drink for free. So,
wow,
I can have a couple of drinks at Pinball PA Pub.
Right. Well, you surprise me every day that the fact that you would actually travel to McKee's Rocks from your home to go see Queensryche.
Well, I'm going to use it as spending a day in Pinball PA because I haven't been to Pinball PA in like a year. So, I probably should visit the business I own.
Sure.
That might be good, especially now that it's looking like I might have to start traveling a little bit.
So what does this brewery thing situation look like? Are they just serving the product there, or are they actually brewing it there?
I'm not sure yet. We haven't gotten. It's all up in the air at the liquor control board at this point.
Okay, all right.
So they have to do a walkthrough to kind of tell us what's what.
Sure.
And what modifications we need to make of the building and blah, 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 blah. And then we have to take that to the landlord to make sure that we can do that and that the sublease is okay for doing that, blah, blah. I mean,
I get you. I get all that.
It's a lot of.
So it's not really a done deal. It's in process.
Yeah. It's a handshaking deal by all parties.
Yeah,
basically
but that's basically contingent on whether you're
on the liquor control board,
on whether you're allowed to do this. Okay.
If the liquor control board says yes,
all right,
then we're a go. And there's no reason they shouldn't say yes. There's another place in our plaza that sells liquor, so it should not be an issue. But they might tell us we have to put in, drains or bigger bathrooms or something like that. But
you getcha.
That's why I'll talk about it for real when it is for real. I mean, I'm not hiding it. I mean, it is what's going on, but it's, when it's for real, we'll have an opening and stuff, we'll have a grand opening. We'll invite all the fans to come out. Maybe me and you could do the CMS from Pittsburgh and have a couple of beers at the new pub area, or whatever.
I'm down for that.
Yeah. We'll make it work.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Is that all you have about
that? Journey? Is all I have on Journey. Just It's just yet another mess in the Journey camp.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to end this segment. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, I will let you pick a tune. It could be Journey. It could be a hard rock, heavy metal tune. So,
all right, let's go. Think? Let's go. Let's go. What is that song? Until I'm free. What is the song? It's on side 2 of Escape. I got away. Yes, I'm on my way. I know
yeah.
I'm feeling. Is that just called Escape?
Let me look real quick here. Just pull up Escape here, and I will tell you. Show all.
I think it's just called Escape. Yeah.
Is it just Escape?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I used to drive home from college at night, and it's a good rocking tune. I like it.
Yeah, I love this album. I don't care if it is overplayed more than anything. I love it.
I did too. I mean, my friends and I, this was my senior year in high school. It came out in 81.
Right.
I graduated in 82, and that was the summer we were just out hanging out and playing basketball and working and running around at night, and this was the soundtrack of 82 for us. Was
not as good as 87, man.
I don't know, man. Telling you, it was a good year. We played this tape because I had a cassette tape in my car. We played the shit out of this.
I think that was the first time I ever saw Journey was in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him at the Coliseum with Bryan Adams opening up.
How about that?
On the Cuts Like a Knife tour.
So you want to play the Escape song?
Yeah, the song Escape.
Okay. Oh, well, we got another caller.
All
Hey,
right.
Joe, caller, you're on the air.
Just real quick, just on what you guys were talking about before, I'm just going to ask this question.
Okay, ask the question, Tim. You're not going to offend either one of us, and I promise neither one of us will cancel you for asking a question.
Who gives a fuck? I was just going to ask, don't you think anyway that you guys were talking about different members of Journey and different members of Foreigner, etc., and how there's been so many lineup changes and all that type of stuff. But don't you think that Journey pretty much and Journey and Foreigner and all the bands of that like, they're all pretty faceless bands anyway. Like the only people that anybody really knows from Foreigner is Lee Graham and maybe Mick Jones, and with Journey, Steve Perry and maybe Neil Sean, but not.
I think Jonathan Cain was fairly famous too.
Yeah, because he was in the Babies, and the Babies were on the rise when he jumped ship and joined Journey, or the Babies broke up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean they weren't exactly like the Beatles or Kiss or Motley Crue and any of these types of bands where everybody knew who everybody was in the band. That was what I was trying to say.
So what is your question?
That's his question.
Well,
do we think that?
Well, so what's the difference now? Like you're saying, there's, Journey's pretty faceless, but they've always been pretty faceless.
Okay. Good point, Tim. Good point.
No.
Is there an actual question there? What's the question?
Yeah. What the question is, do you guys agree that Journey has always been Journey and those bands? I mean, I'm just saying I don't understand what you're saying when you're saying they've had so many lineup changes when they were faceless in the first place.
Well, the thing that put a face to these people was MTV.
Yeah.
And when Escape came out and then Frontiers came out, they had numerous music videos, which each member of the band was featured in the music video. So people got to know them. And then because Journey was such a big band at the time, they even had video games out there where the Journey Escape video game where they had to get in their Scarab ship and they had to fly away. And each member was a prominent member in the video game. you know, as well as the MTV videos and so on and so. MTV changed the whole landscape, and we talked about this a million times on the show, how important and how influential MTV was to making band members identifiable and putting a face to the name and all that other stuff. And Journey, even though they were a 70s band per se, they capitalized on the whole rise of MTV and each member became a star.
Hey, dude, you're the one that called up and fucking wrecked what was going on.
See, I silenced him with my brilliance.
I guess so.
All right. Goodbye, Tim. All right. Well, here it is. It's Journey with Escape exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show. Thanks for checking out this episode of The Classic Metal Show. Get all of our episodes uncensored at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. Join us weekly from 9 p.m. till 3 a.m. Eastern at www.cmsradio.net. Participate in the live chat room at www.chatandkill.com. Once again, thank you for checking out The Classic Metal Show with Neeley and Chris. Hail and kill, fuck you, pal, and hand job.